This is a knitted head for the mannequin head structure I just uploaded a video on. Now this one, I haven't fitted it to the stand, but this is how you can make on a round loom, you make a head to fit on the stand. Now, I have a resin head that's going to go on this right now, and I have this stuffed with wool, but I could take that stuffing out and fit this down further and have kind of a cute hat stand or a mannequin head. And this is easy to do on round looms. It's a little crooked, like I said. I haven't really set it on there because I'm using the stand right now for the mannequin head. But it's a very simple pattern. These are the Boye knitting looms. And I have a method of knitting with these that I don't know if it's a new thing or if other people do it. But on this particular one, which is, it's about baby size actually. And I use it as a garden element in like a landscape design, and I put flowers on it and stuff. So you can use them for a lot of things. This is about 5 inches wide, and to the place where it's tied, almost 7 inches tall. So 5 by 7. But you can make them bigger by going to the next size loom. Let me just put it there. That's how I use it. And you could do that too if you don't want to build a stand, depending on how big you make it or what size head you want. If you want one bigger than these will make, you can use the authentic knitting board all in one loom with the loom extenders, which really gives you a big square loom. And then you can use it as a rectangle loom. But what I did was I knit flat, as you can see here, at the bottom edge for 10 rows. Now this is fisherman wool, and I used that because of the way it shrinks in felt. This is the 36 peg loom. So for 10 rows, knit flat, then join it, knit for 20 rows, and then what I do is I knit 2 together for a whole row and move. But to do that, you take a stitch off of here, put it there, knit it, move to the next peg, take this stitch, put it there, knit it. So you do that around, knit 2 together. And then I take those stitches off of there by threading a long tapestry needle with yarn. I pick them up on the tapestry needle and I move them to the next smaller loom. I find that much easier than, like skipping 3 pegs and ending up with gaps and things like that. So I take, like I said, this is a 36-inch loom. And I probably didn't knit 2 together on all of them because this is 30 pegs. So I'm trying to think because I made this a while ago. I probably did it for a total of 3 stitches on either side here. So I reduced it by 6 stitches, moved it to the 30 peg loom, and then knit another 10 rows. And so you get a reduction and you get a decreasing, but it's not an obvious knit 2 together. So it was much bigger than this, and then I threw it in the washer. And it comes out 5 by 7. So I'm sorry I said that a little bit confusingly. Knit flat for 10 rows, join, knit for 20 rows, decrease by 6 stitches, move the whole thing to a 30 peg loom, knit 10 rows, and then simply cut a long tail of thread, gather up all the stitches, pull it together, and then secure it on the inside. And then what I did, as you can see here, is I put a piece of yarn around the bottom to kind of gather the bottom a little bit. And it also helps it stand up. But that's how you can make a very simple knitted head for a stand, or to use freestanding as a hat stand. Now, if I wanted to use this for face masks, I would have to be careful about how big I actually made it. And in fact, I think even a baby head would have to be done on this, which is the 40 peg loom. So you'd have to be careful about how big you wanted to make it. You might have to go to the big knitting board all-in-one loom. But if you wanted to put it on a stand, I would just take all that stuffing out, fit this right down over the stand. And in that case, I probably would paint the stand, even if I painted it brown or something. And it would look kind of like a traditional muslin head shape that you can buy, wig stands, hat stands. Now the Fisherman is comes in different colors too, natural, browns. So I mean, you can still use color if you want. I mean, if you wanted to make it a brownish. I have my mannequin that holds my coats and sweaters is actually brown with writing all over it, like postcard writing. So, which is kind of why I'm leaving this one like this. It kind of ties in with not having imitation people, but having hat stands and mannequin stands and things like that. So this is, I don't know how much yarn it took me. The Fisherman comes in an 8-ounce skein. Maybe this would take 4 ounces, maybe. And when you're done knitting it, it's much bigger and loose. And like I said, when you throw it in the washer, it'll shrink. So it might take some experimentation with getting the exact head size you want, but I think they're fun. They're fun. So now if I had a baby size one, which would be a little bigger than this, and you want to make baby hats, it's a great place to put the baby hats.